Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. Leo, this is your timeless bonus reading. You had a combination of the most likes, the most views, and the most comments, so you get a bonus. Thank you so much for running them numbers up on last month's reading. If you want a chance at having an extra bonus next time, make sure you run the numbers up on your September monthly reading and even this reading. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Now, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so you know that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to find my words or even get them out. I do get tongue-tied. I also have tremors, which can make shuffling a bit of a challenge, especially when it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands. Whenever that happens, I tend to drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so sometimes I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so that I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the messages get out the way that they are meant to eventually, right? Okay. You may hear background noise. My cat is being a holy terror right now. I also have my doggos in here too with the cat. Oh my lord, Olive, you need to calm your tits. But anyway, everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description down below, so make sure you check that out, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, if you would like to purchase something from my wish list, like a candle or a card deck, or you know, something for my household, something for my fur babies, or if you just want to make a donation, that can all be found in that description box down below, so make sure you check it out. All right, Leo, your bonus reading. I am using the Crystal Visions Tarot here. Let's see what Leo, and this reading is good for whenever you happen to come across it. You have the Page of Swords coming in. You have the Eight of Swords coming in. The Three of Swords. Man, we're just swording up, ain't we? Oh my goodness. Okay. We also have Five of Cups coming in. And let's see, one more here, Spirit. We have Page of Wands. So we're starting with a page and we're ending with a page. So isn't that fitting? Turn the page in your favor. So Page of Swords. Swords is air. Air is the power of your mind. So pages are, you know, young, you know, their youth, their potential, you know, and also they are considered the messengers here. So as you can see, she is holding her sword of truth in her hands. So, you know, you may find you have to communicate in a forceful way sometimes. Be more assertive. You know, it can represent a test of wills. You know, maybe it's two stubborn people, right? And even though she's young, she has learned to be just and forthright. She uses her sharp wit and intellect to solve problems and diffuse conflicts. Although her surroundings here, they seem turbulent. You know, these ravens fly in a disturbed pattern, almost like they're mocking her a little bit, right? my light is doing weird things. But you know, she remains calm and ready for action. So I feel like picking your battles is going to be very important. Now we have this Eight of Swords. So again, you know, swords is air, the power of the mind. So, you know, this is about restrictions, feeling bound, helpless, and vulnerable. You know, none of those are good feelings. And, you know, we see that she's being held captive here, but what may not be at first, you know, you realize she is holding herself captive. She is imprisoning herself, and so she is the only one that can free herself and take off this blindfold. You know, she's bound loosely enough that she is still free to move, and you know, there's a gap large enough for her to pass. And you know, keeping that blindfold on prevents her from seeing a way out of her situation. You know, it's like, oh well, if I can't see it, then you know, it doesn't count. If I can't see it, then you know, it can't see me. You know, child logic there, right? And we also have this Three of Swords. So again, swords, power of the mind. So you know, this is heartbreak, painful separation, disappointment, betrayal, or even abandonment. You know, there is a grave there surrounded in roses, and you know, she is experiencing extreme grief over a loss. Look, she's been stabbed in the heart 3 times, and the ravens are flying away, and they're leaving her to suffer all on her own. You know, this is about the consequences of the difficult choice that we had to make with the Two of Swords, or in this case, the Eight of Swords. You know, choosing to take the blindfold off, choosing to free ourselves and, you know, experience the pain, work through the pain, heal from the pain. So it's necessary to mourn the loss so that you can release the pain and move forward. You know, it's about onward and upward, you guys. And we also have the Five of Cups. Now, cups is water. Water is the power of our emotions. So, you know, you could be feeling loss, lack of fulfillment, falling short of your goals. You know, it's a feeling of emptiness and guilt and despair, you know, carrying over from that Three of Swords a little bit there. You know, if we focus all of our attention on our loss, you know, we let our grief blind us to the two full cups that are being offered to us. You know, there's nothing here. You know, this is the past. This is things that didn't work out. You're having a woe is me pity party, and you're blocking your blessings from coming in. You know, and it could be because you have a pessimistic attitude and you're wasting your precious energy on negative emotions. So, you know, if you got a case of the doomy gloomies here. So all right, Page of Wands. And you know, like I said already, pages are young, they are youth, they are potential, they are the messengers. And now it's showing up as fire. Leo is a fire sign, so your inner fire here, you guys, the power of taking action. So, you know, being that creative soul who thinks outside of the box and looks upon new ventures and ideas with enthusiasm. So we're letting go, we're healing from this pain, you guys. And you know, she sits alone with her dragon companion as she's playing a tune on her flute. you know, while her energy is still young and it is still unharnessed, she is powerful. Like, she is just barely starting to tap into her true power. So with focus, the Page of Wands can develop her creative visions, you know, a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with, you guys. And, you know, keep using your sword of truth to cut through lies, BS, deception of any kind. And I feel like, you know, water is also very intuitive. So, you know, I feel like once you've decided, you know what, I can't do anything about the past, you know, except learn from it, not repeat those mistakes, you know, and then you're like, oh wow, look at these blessings coming through, because I made up my mind that I am going to let myself see things, see people for who they really and truly are, and put my strong, healthy boundaries in place. All right, Leo, these are your bonus messages. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that little thumbs up button down there. Hit it with the razzle dazzle. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me, you guys. You know, you are part of the teamwork that makes this dream work. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you. And, you know, I really love growth. I really love expansion. I really love being able to interact with you guys. It really does bring a lot of joy into my life. I truly love and appreciate each and every single one of you. You know, it's real easy to tell somebody, get over it, or you should be over that already, but grief is very personal. And, you know, we all, you know, there are things we get over quickly and things we may grieve for the rest of our lives, you know, just not in that debilitating way where, you know, we can't even function or get out of bed or, you know, things like that. So be kind and gentle and loving with yourself. All right, Leo, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. And I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.